In this video I'm going to show you how to make lard from leaf fat. It's also known as thwere fat. It's the fat from around the kidneys inside a pig, and it makes the best lard, particularly for pie making, for pastry, but it can also be used for frying, for making roast potatoes. The first thing to do is to remove the membrane from the leaf fat. This is a bit tricky. Once you get it started, it's relatively easy. You could do it without removing the membrane, but it just makes the cracklings a bit stringy. As you can see, I'm peeling it off there. It doesn't take that long. Probably best to do it before you melt anything. Now the next job is to chop the fat as small, as fine as possible. If you have use of a grinder or mincer, use that to make it even smaller. Just take out any bits that you think shouldn't be there, as in bits of meat or maybe glands. Try to have this fat as clean and pure as possible. Now I've speeded this up obviously because it's boring, just looking at the same thing over and over again. As fine as possible, and it will actually melt down a lot better and a lot quicker. You'll get a bigger yield of lard from this. Okay, put the pot onto a ring, either electric or gas, on a medium heat. This is just to start the melting process. Keep it moving so it doesn't burn and stick to the bottom of the pot. You're really trying to oil the bottom of the pot. Add more fat as you go along. Keep stirring, you don't want it to burn. Low heat, keep it moving. Once you start seeing liquid appearing, you're well on the way. This is after 20 minutes on the heat. So you don't need to stir it constantly now because it's got a nice layer of oily fat there. Stir it occasionally. What you're trying to do here is you're trying to render down the fat, and you're trying to remove any moisture in the fat. You will see a lot of bubbles later. That's the moisture coming out of the fat. There you go. A lot of bubbles there, that's the moisture coming out, and your cracklings are starting to go a little bit more yellow, golden. Some recipes will tell you to put water into the pot as you're making this. I would say don't. You're trying to get rid of the moisture, not add moisture to it. And the moisture in the lard will make it go moldy after a short period of time. So if you want it to last for up to a year, no water. So less and less bubbles as time goes on. What you're trying for here is to do away with pretty much all of the bubbles, and for your cracklings to go a golden colour. Then you know that you're ready. There we go. After 90 minutes, the bubbles are mainly all gone. Give it a stir, you get rid of those. And then when your cracklings are a nice golden colour, you know you're done. There we go. Nice golden cracklings. Decant using a slotted spoon. As I say on the caption, this fat is very hot, so be careful you don't splash yourself. If it lands on bare skin, you'll know all about it, and you won't be too pleased with yourself. So just be careful. So for the next phase here, you just pour your cracklings onto a sheet of kitchen paper to drain them off. Add some salt, let them go cold, and they make really nice snacks. What I've done here is I've taken a glass jug and I've put some muslin cloth on it. I've tied it on so that when I pour the oil in, it doesn't sink into the jug. So I'll scoop out some of the solids. In fact, I got a bit fed up doing that. It was boring and slow, so I just poured it all in. And the muslin cloth took all the solids away. So I've got a beautiful, clear liquid. Again, as I say, be careful. The oil is hot. You could scald yourself. What you end up is this beautiful, clear, golden liquid, filtered lard. Beautiful. And it's very healthy. Contains the omegas that you need. Don't believe the hype about animal fat being bad for you. That's a rumour set up by a company to sell corn oil. Then when it's cooled down a little, pour into either glass or plastic container. It will last for months in a cool, dark, dry place, or it will last for over a year in the fridge. There you have it. Pure pork lard. Beautiful for roast potatoes, beautiful for frying, and particularly good in pastry, pie pastry.